Good evening, class of 2025. My name is Ariana Garcia, and I'm your upcoming ASB president. I wanted to take this time to welcome all of you and thank you all so much for being here. We've got so much planned that we can't wait for you to hear about. And I also wanted to remind you that you are incredible and you can do anything you put your mind to. So if today you hear about a club that you're interested in, then join it. If you hear about a sport that you want to play, then try out for it because you got it and the world is yours always. I can't wait to see you guys this fall. Thank you so much.
This is
Okay, so what you talking?
head map of our
You talking?
campus where it shows where our interest is. We're going to have a live in-person summer bridge beginning in August. And so, you won't be intimidated about coming to our campus because we're going to guide you. We're going to give you a virtual tour today. But these red arrows on our map show you how you enter and exit our campus, our entrance being on 120th Street and our exit being on Compton Avenue. And we are part of the King Drew community of medicine and science, which has King Hospital across the street, Charles Drew University next door, and King Drew Magnet High School right here on the corner of 120th and Compton. So I know you know what you signed up for. Well, I hope you know what you signed up for. But just to make sure, we're going to tell you a little bit more about us. We have approximately 1,600 students in the grades 9 through 12, and then actually our numbers have been reduced a little bit this year. So we are going to have about 1,500 students on our campus. We are 100% magnet school. You've all had to apply to come. There's a lot of things that make King Drew unique, but one of those is we have kids coming to King Drew from all different kinds of schools, right? We have over 120 plus feeder schools that attend King Drew. And so we have several students where you might be the only one from your middle school coming to King Drew, which is totally okay because we're going to bring you in, welcome you like family, because it's going to be a lot of students in your situation that come from unique schools. Our demographics, we're about 56% Latino and 44% African American. And we have a lot of different opportunities that we provide in preparation. So tonight, you're experiencing new student orientation. The week of August 2nd, we're going to have our in-person summer bridge. Then during that same week, we do a KD family welcome night. Every semester, we have grade level assemblies where we all come together and we talk about our expectations. We celebrate our top 10, our honor roll. And one thing about King Drew, also, we're big on peer mentorship because as you mentioned in the chat, a lot of you know people that have gone through King Drew. Well, we have some upperclassmen at King Drew that we use to provide mentorship opportunities for our incoming freshmen because we're true believers in the power of peer mentorship. And so I have a principals council that mentors our 10th graders. We have senior mentors that mentor our ninth graders, and each one of you is going to be assigned a senior mentor next year. We have our college peer counselors that guide our seniors through the college application process and to give them all the knowledge necessary when applying to college. We have senior ambassadors who are the ones that you may have seen present to you at your middle school presentations, and they provide our tours. And then we have peer mediators to help us resolve conflicts. We have a special program called the ninth grade cohort that you'll hear more about today. And we are proud that we have two career technical education pathways that you'll also learn more about tonight. One of those in software and systems development, and our other CTE pathway in patient care. Right. And this is just some of the programs we have to offer. So college, King Drew goes to college. That's our motto, right? And so, and our role and our goal and everything we do is designed around making sure your student is competitively eligible to attend college. So our higher education is a definite goal for us. We have a fantastic college counselor, Mrs. Lisa Golden, and she runs the college office. And the sole purpose of the college office is to assist students with exploring their options for higher education. We have over 40 colleges. It's been a little different this year because it's been, this year. I don't have to tell you that it's been different. But a typical year, we have over 40 colleges and universities that come to King Drew just to recruit our kids, right? And we have a huge scholarship board that offers financing for colleges. And this is just some of the statistics about the merit-based scholarships that our students have received over the past few years in 2008, 19, 18, and 17. And getting data on the last couple hasn't been as easy, but there's going to be, not only are we going to help your student get ready to attend college, we're also going to help them, give you resources on how to pay for it. Next slide. So these are just some of the services that we have to offer for you. I mentioned our college advisor, Ms. Golden. We have a librarian. We have a school psychologist. We have 2 psychiatric social workers to help with social issues. We have 1 attendance counselor. As I mentioned earlier, we have 1 counselor per grade level, and that counselor is going to be with you all 4 years, who you're going to meet in a few minutes. We have 3 community reps and 1 full-time nurse. One thing that makes King Drew unique, as I mentioned, there are many, is we offer 20 advanced placement courses at King Drew and over 18 honors courses at King Drew. And why are AP and honors courses important? Because those are college level courses. And those are courses that will prepare you for the next level, but also give you an opportunity to gain college credit before you leave high school. This is just some of our data from our class of 2020 about the percentage that attended the 4-year and the percentage that attended the 2-year. We had 239 UC acceptances, 539 Cal State University acceptances, 276 private and out-of-state acceptances. And so we just now were able to get our data for our class of 2021, okay? And we want to share that with you too. But before I do that, I want to encourage you to take some courses this summer, right? We all have had an interesting educational experience this school year. And fortunately for us, the Los Angeles Unified School District is offering lots of enrichment courses just to keep your students' mind sharp. Now, I do warn you, that's an unfortunate situation. If you are not coming from an LAUSD school currently, unfortunately, you can't do a LAUSD enrichment course because you aren't effectively in the system in LAUSD until the fall. But if you are coming from an LAUSD school, there are a couple courses I would like to recommend that you take over the summer. So if you look underneath the math section, there's an incoming freshman Algebra 1 preparation. If your student is about to go into Algebra 1, if your student's already completed Algebra 1 and about to go into geometry, there's a geometry preparation course you can sign up for. And then in English, they have a creative writing course, an incoming freshman English seminar that I would like to recommend you take. And then another course here that I would like to recommend you take is health in your science class. And taking health is a graduation requirement that if you get health done this summer prior to coming, that'll open up opportunities for you to take courses in our CTE courses and some additional honors courses that you will have an opportunity to do. So 3 courses I recommend you try to take this summer: the math preparation course, the freshman English seminar, and health. And Mr. Washington's going to share a little more about why you should take health. Next slide, please. So you're going to do the,
Actually,
go ahead.
there's a slide.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead.
So I also put the classes you recommended in the chat for people. So these are reminders, 1 slide back. Yeah. So these are things that also need to be completed We want to make sure we hear from all of the ninth graders, so that freshman survey is really important. Secondly, the course requests, Mr. Washington's going to go over that, but that form needs to be turned in so that he can properly program your students. And we have an assessment in both math and ELA, their placement assessments. Very simple. We just need you to click and complete both of those. And then there's also the option for parents. You want to hear from past parents that can tell you about high school. You can click on that link as well. And then coming up, we have Summer Bridge, August 2nd through the 6th for students from 8 a.m. Excuse me, it's 8:30, that's a typo. 8:30 to 2. Lunch is provided, uniforms are worn, and unfortunately, no transportation is provided. On Thursday, August 12th, they'll receive their schedules, their Chromebook, and their textbooks. And the first day of school, we will begin on Monday, August 16th in the building. So we're looking forward to that. And next up, we have Mr. Washington.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Henry Washington. I will be the class of 2025's counselor. I'm currently the class of 2021. I'm trying to get them out the door. That will happen on Friday at 3 o'clock. I will be graduating 300 and some change. They'll be walking across the stage at Norvon High School. So I am looking forward to that. That is a great accomplishment for these young folks, because as you all know, we have been through a special time. And I'll just leave it at that. We've been through a special time, and we have conquered that and come out the other end. I think some of us have, a few scars here and there, but, we're here and we're about to make sure that this high school journey is a success, and everyone gets across the stage in June 2025. So just a little bit about me. I've been at King Drew for 21 years. I know I don't look that old, but I've been there for a long time. I actually was a teacher at King Drew for 7 years before I moved down to the counseling office in 2007. So I am King Drew, if you really want to put it like that. I've seen it, I've been there, I've done it. So my goal every year or every class is to make sure that your student is a success. I am also a son of 2 educators. So it is in my blood, it's what I do. And I am a person that is going to tell the truth to you. And sometimes it's going to seem harsh, but I want to make sure that your young person has the best education that they can have, and makes the best choices that they can make so that they can be a success. And also because it will help them get out of your pocket and get into this world and make you proud. So that's where I've ultimately been doing education for 23 years. I got my teacher credential in San Diego, taught history. So that is just a little bit about me. And we'll get into these slides because I know everyone just got off work and we're a little tired. So we'll get into these slides and I'll try to make it as painless as possible. So, session objectives. We are here to show you and let you in on how to partner with the school, to make sure that your child is, college and career ready and just successful. We're here to have you understand the graduation requirements for King Drew students and understand the 9th grade schedule. It's not difficult, but it is something that will influence what happens, the further they go into their educational career. So we need to make sure that we understand it. Next. So what does the research say about relationship between family engagement and student achievement? I'm not going to read all this to you, but I will say this to you. The home environment for education is huge, okay? Please, if you don't have already, make sure that you have an area at your house, if you can have one, that your student has a place where it's quiet and they can do their work. I mean, that is huge. King Drew is an academic school, period, point blank. We have some of the best teachers in LA Unified, and they are no joke. So they're going to expect greatness from your child. So they need to make sure, you need to make sure as a parent that they have a safe space to be able to study. Also, express high but not unrealistic expectations, because I'll be truthful with you. A lot of folks come into King Drew and they have gotten A's and B's in their middle school, and they think that, okay, I can do the same things that I did at my middle school, I can do the same things at King Drew. That is not the case for everyone. Like I said, I've been at King Drew for 21 years. I've seen King Drew eat the best students alive if they don't come in and have realistic expectations about who they are as a student, who they are as a person, and what they want to do with their lives. I know they're young, I understand that, but that conversation needs to be had like now if it hasn't been had, because it's something that is very important to, making sure that your student strives to be a better student, a better person, and just be able to be focused on what they need to do to get down the road and get to college. And then for parents, one of the most important things that I always say when I have a class, remember when your child was in elementary school and you grabbed your child by the hand and you walked them into elementary school, and you were sitting there, tears were coming down your face because that's your baby. And you had to let them go into this weird world where you had no control. And you stood at the gate looking like, that's my baby, I don't want to leave them. That's the same thing I need now, because this is a very big part of their life. This is a part where things can go great or they can go left and go bad. And so I need you as parents to be involved. I mean, so involved that I know you by without your child. Okay, that's what I always strive to have with my parents, is that I don't need your child to walk in with you to know who you are, because you've either emailed me, called me, been up at the school, helping out, whatever it is. But I need you to be there. I need you to be part of their educational career all the way from the day they walk into King Drew to the day that they leave King Drew, because it is one of the reasons why our students are successful, is because we have parents that do that. So if you think that it's time for you to, like Stella got her groove back and go and do your thing, no, not yet. You can do that after June 2025, and they walk across stage and they go to college, then you can have a great time. But right now, I need you to be in their lives, in their educational lives, their social lives, and their emotional lives. Next. So these are some of the things that you can do to make sure that you are, part of this journey. Call the school, schedule appointments to meet with myself. It's fine. I have an open door policy. So as long as I know you're coming, I am good. Because also what a lot of folks don't understand about me being a former teacher, I like to go and sit in the classrooms. I like to see what the students are doing. I like to see how they're interacting with the teachers. So say, for instance, when you do call me and something's not right, and you say to me, well, Mr. Washington, my daughter or my son said this. And I was like, well, I was just in their classroom, sitting there watching what was going on. So that's why I always like for you guys to email me, because I can see your email anywhere. And so I know that you're coming. So I'll be in my office and not wandering around in classrooms. Also, one of the biggest things, and this is probably one of the hardest things that I know we've had to fight with at King Drew, is making sure that you as parents monitor their grades through Schoology. And for those that aren't LA Unified, Schoology is a program where parents can look at their grades, their running grades, live grades, anytime, anywhere, to make sure that your child is on track. So it shouldn't be any secrets. It shouldn't be any surprises. Like, oh God, I didn't know my child is not doing well. It shouldn't be that, because this program is top notch. You can see everything. Actually, the crazy thing about it is when we have report cards, once the teacher puts the grade in for the report card, you actually see it before I do. So that's the beauty about this, and that's how you can keep on top of your student to make sure that they are successful. Make appointments with teachers. Don't be scared. Please don't be scared to make appointments with teachers. And if anyone gives you a hard time, you'll be able to email myself, Mr. Brookins, any of the administrators, and we will make some recommendations to our teachers about not being able to meet with you, because that is a very integral part, again, on the success of your student. Like I said earlier, this is a great time to start talking about your student's future. So go online, research colleges. The beauty about us being in LA is that we have different size colleges very close to us, within 15, 20 minutes. And if we really want to go out, we can go as far as 2 hours away to San Diego, or an hour away to Riverside. So we have private, we have public. Take some field trips with your child during this summer. Go on to the college campuses. Let them get a feel. I know one of the great things that my parents did for me were every summer they took me to different colleges. And that influenced me, but it also made me understand that, hey, you are going to college. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. And then just go on the campus, talk to folks, go to the financial aid office, all that different stuff, just to get a feel for what they need to accomplish. Because coming to King Drew, the one thing that we are great at is getting our kids to college. If they, as I say, drink the King Drew Kool-Aid and do what we ask of them, I have no doubt that your child will be able to get into someone's university. I can't say where, but I have no doubt if they do what we ask of them, they will be successful and get into someone's university. Okay. So that is huge. Conversation, conversation, conversation. If you haven't conversated with your child about their dreams and vision about what they want to do, because that's something that I run into a lot. Mom, dad come in, auntie, granny, oh, I want them to be this. I want them to be a doctor. But the child wants to be a guitarist. So you got to have those conversations so that you guys know exactly where their brains are, because they're going to switch about 4 or 5 times over the next 4 years. I can guarantee you that. And so just have those open conversations and keep that open dialogue so that we can make sure that they're ready when we get to June 2025 and they get to go off to college. Okay. Next.
Yeah.
So at King Drew, we have so many extracurricular activities. It's hard to even go into all of them. We have every sport almost except for football. And we have basketball, girls and boys, baseball, softball. We have volleyball, girls and boys, track and field, cross country. I think I'm missing something. But we have everything that a student needs to be successful. Volunteer opportunities, it's everywhere. Ms. Thigpen is great at getting those for the students, and some of our teachers do a lot of things out in the community. We have multiple student clubs. The beauty about King Drew, and I think it happens a lot at other schools, but if you want to start a club, like in my last class, the 2017, my young lady, Shelly, she started, I call it a Taekwondo, I might be saying it wrong, club on her own. And that was beautiful. I mean, she wanted to teach kids, you know, her part of her culture and who she was. And she went in, started the club, and I remember seeing them in the hallway after school, and I'm probably being bad, but getting a karate on in the hallway. So that was outstanding to see. So, like our ASB president said, if you want to be a part of something, you can do that and make sure that you are a part of something. So, you know, that is that part of it. Next. So here's the good stuff. This is what makes King Drew King Drew. Okay. This is the King Drew graduation requirements. And where we differ from a lot of schools, what makes us competitive and why we get 75 to 80% of our students into a four-year school or accepted into a four-year school is because of our math and science, where we have them do 4 years. Okay. At most schools, you only have to do 3 years of math. At most schools for science, you only have to do 2, your biological and your physical. But that doesn't make the student competitive for college. It doesn't. I will say, we had University of Alabama come in before we went on I call it our COVID hiatus. And one of the reasons why they came in is because our students were going above and beyond what the minimum requirements were to get into their school and to other schools. So as you see the chart, it's 4 years of English, that's the 40 credits, 3 years of social science, 4 years of math, 4 years of science, 2 years of PE, 2 years of foreign language, but we push 3. So don't get mad when I say, oh, you go take Spanish 3 or French 3 or AP French or AP Spanish. Don't get mad, because that's going to make you competitive when we put that on the application. We have 10 credits or 1 year of your fine art. You have the health requirement that Mr. Brookins was talking about when we get further in the presentation with our CTE and our hospital program and our computer science program and our AP human geography. That us taking the health during the summer will alleviate that part of you having to do it after school. So that will relieve that, and that's one requirement we won't have to worry about. So then I won't have to try to fit it in your schedule or have you do it during after school, where we have classes for that actually. And then you have five credits of your what they call college prep electives, and anything after the required LA Unified amount is what is considered a college prep elective. And then you have the service learning, that's volunteering. If you volunteer at the church, or if you volunteer at your local animal shelter, all you need to do is get 15 hours, and that will be taken care of. You can do more, because we have many kids at our school that volunteer and do multiple hours over 15. But that is the requirement that we have for that. And then the career pathways, we're trying to figure out an easier way for me to get that to the students to tell me, okay, this is what I want to do as a career, because as of right now, it's a little hard because they have so many careers. So we're trying to figure out a way how we can narrow that down so that we can get it out to the students. But that is a requirement that needs to be put into our computer program called MISIS to be able to graduate. And then the minimum credit requirement is 210, but by the time they leave King Drew, they will have 240 credits or more. Okay, right now, I think the highest credit that we had was 265 credits that I saw for this class. So you can go to the next one. Thank you. So academic expectations. This is something that I love. Aim for A's, bet on B's, count your C's, don't want D's, and forget F's. D's and F's will not get you into college. Okay, I'll say that again. D's and F's will not get you into college. And I'll put it one more, C's will not get you into college, okay? I had experience with a few kids that they, did what they're supposed to do. They were around 3.2, 3.3 GPA. And the last semester of their college career, they decided that high school career, they decided that they were going to relax, and their GPA dropped below what they were accepted into the college with, and the college took away their acceptance. Okay, so it is real. So I expect everyone to get A's and B's. If you get a C, I'm probably gonna look at you a little side eye, guarantee. Especially if I've seen that you've been doing A's and B's all along, and then you get a C, I'm going to question that. But D's and fails, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason for you to get a D or fail. If you're at school every day and you're putting it down like I expect everyone to, you shouldn't get a D or a fail. Sorry. So parents, understand that I'll probably get them before you do. So if you hear something has been said about them getting a D or a fail, it's probably true. I probably have gotten them before you, and maybe some tears have shed, but it's all out of love because I need them to be successful. All right. I really need them to be successful. Next slide. So here, okay, yeah, there we go. So as you see, the UC, and these are all our public colleges, your UCs and your Cal States require students to pass classes with a C or better. Okay, that is the minimum requirement. So, and I'll be very truthful with you, it is getting harder and harder for that to be realistic. Usually we could get into a Cal State, majority, with a 2, they say a 2.0 is minimum. Right now, a 2.5 is probably what you need, if not higher, to get into some Cal States. And you have to have over a 3.0 to get into the UCs like UCLA. Actually, you have to have probably like a 3.9 or higher to get into UCLA or Berkeley. But for the other ones, you need to have for UC to even be able to have them look at your application, you have to have a 3.0. Okay, so that's how intense it is when it comes, and competitive it is when it comes to getting to college. And like I said, we do an outstanding job. Ms. Golden is golden. Without her, we wouldn't be able to do the things that we do when it comes to getting these kids out. But us as grade level counselors, we are also, I'll just be truthful, I'm gonna toot all of our horns. We're the bomb. I'm not gonna lie. We're good at what we do. And so just know that, feel comfortable in that we are good at what we do, and we make sure that your student is successful. Next slide. So this is what your 9th grade year could look like. Okay. You have and this is the hard part about my job, because you have 3 different sort of kind of tiers that you have to successfully deal with when it comes to graduation. You have the A through G requirements that are basically what you need to get into college. You have the CDE, the California Department of Education requirements, which is a mixture of A through G. And then you have the LA Unified requirements, which has the career pathways, the required amount of credits. So it's all mixed together. So you'll see, I have a form that I usually give out that you'll see all this, and you'll be able to look at your students, what we call, now I just went blank. It's your thing that shows the history of your student, of their grades and where they stand in each section when it comes to English, math, science, and their requirements. So on the left, or my left, you see 9th grade honors or regular honors, algebra 1 or geometry. Thank you, Ms. Moore White. IGP, individual graduation plan. Biology, honors biology, PE, foreign language, we have French, we have Latin, we have Spanish, and then we have Spanish for Spanish speakers. And then the part that is on the bottom, the health life skills, math tutorial for those students that maybe need a little bit more extra help in math, because, you know, we did have 3 semesters of not being in the schoolhouse. So we might need a little bit extra help to get across the finish line. And then our special programs. But our special programs are the things that I think are in the next slides, that we need to get health out the way to be able to do those. Or if we don't, then we'll be trying to take them after school or during summer sometime. Next. So the first program, I call it, other than our careers program that is run by Ms. Thigpen, this is, I call it our flagship, one of our flagship special programs, our AP Human Geography. This program is very intense, okay? This program, the way it sets up is that you have your AP Human Geography or Honors Human Geography, you have Honors English, Honors Bio, Honors Math, then you have PE and Foreign Language. So you're going to have at least 4 honors classes, if not an AP, and 3 honors classes. Now, parents, this is where you have to be realistic about your student. The AP Human Geography class, and this is just me being truthful and me being upfront with you guys, is that if your kid is smart, great. But if your kid they don't have great study habits, this could be a lot for them, okay? If they're not that student that is going to be able to put in at least 2 hours of homework for each one of their honors classes, I would recommend stay away from this, okay? Because what I don't want is to get to a point where we have to pull them because of their transcript might be messed up because of a low grade, okay? So really be realistic about this what we call line, this special line that we have, because it is intense. All right, it is not for the weak or the weary. Our AP Human Geography teacher, Ms. Kong, is no joke. I mean, she puts it down on the kids and they work. But I can say with the AP Computer Science, AP Human Geography test, she gets about 95% of her students to pass it. So like I said, she makes them work, and it benefits them on the back end because they learn skills that they need to make sure that they're successful down the road. Okay, so that is the AP Human Geography special program. Next. So this is probably our newest special program, our Computer Science and Programming CTE pathway. It is a year-long program, or 3-year-long program. The students start off with exploring computer science. Then they have an opportunity to either do AP Computer Science or AP Computer Science Principles. So if they are someone that likes the ins and outs and programming and stuff like that, please don't think that, because you sit in front of the video games that you are going to be good at this, because it's a whole different animal when it comes to programming computers and getting into the intricacies of how to program and how to explore computers. So if it's something that you like to tinker and like to go and do coding and stuff like that, then this might be the path for you. And this is another pathway that we need to get that health out the way so that you will be able to do it. Okay, but this is I think this is going to be one of our top pathways, because our kids are so involved into technology that I think this is going to be huge. Our teacher, Mr. Holloway, is expanding it. We have and I don't know, I'm probably jumping the gun on this, but we have a partnership through another partnership that we have through for Honda, that we possibly are going to be able to use them for this. So it's all kind of different things that we have coming down the pipeline that I'm sort of kind of tickled that my kids are going to be the first to be able to, jump into it and get, what they need when it comes to computer science and, as it says, problem solving and stuff like that. Next. So our last special program is our exploration of healthcare careers and patient care. Our teacher that we have for this is outstanding. She is enthusiastic about her subject matter. But one of the big things that I've only been in there a few times because, I'm a little scared to start touching. Well, be truthful with you, I like touching buttons, and she tries to keep me away from it because I don't mind touching stuff. But we have this Charles Drew Medical Simulation Center that is right there in our school, and it's like hands-on. I mean, they can go and say, for instance, if you have a picture of the body, and they can sort of kind of open up stuff and see the insides of, on a digital screen, the insides of what the body looks like and how things work. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's like futuristic kind of stuff. And it is one of those things is that, again, this is like stuff that our students should have all across LA Unified and all across the city. But we are so pumped that we have it and our kids have that experience. So this is another program that our teacher, Ms. Harris, teaches, and she is, like I said, enthusiastic about, showing the kids different ways and different careers that they can do in the medical field. So then when they do get to the 11th grade and they go into the careers program, then they have a vision of what they might want to do when it comes to the medical field. Next. So this is our flagship. This is what King Drew is known for. Okay, other than getting kids to college, this is King Drew, our career exploration in the 21st century. We've had to change the name because of some technical difficulties, but this is what we call it now. And we have 240 kids that get to go to different sites around Los Angeles to shadow doctors, nurses, and we call it careers because it's more than the medical field, because we have students that can go and volunteer at daycares and take care of kids. They can be researchers. They can learn how things work in different offices. And like I said earlier, we have a partnership that we're trying to, massage with Honda. So we might have another site to go into that form of technology. So there's all kind of different things that are coming down the pipeline. But the biggest thing, this happens in the 11th grade. And this is important for me to say this, is that it is important that you have a 2.5 or higher to get into this program, okay? And preferably have nothing to make up, like no credit deficiencies, because then I will be truthful with you. You can have a 2.5, but if you have things that you have to make up, I will not put you in this program, okay? Because it's more important to me for you to graduate. So understand that, like I said in the other slide, D's and fails, they will keep you out of stuff like this. Okay, so just make sure that you understand that, and parents, please understand that we get 4 report cards every semester. So stay on them. Just because they have an A at the 5-week, that doesn't mean it's gonna be there at the 10-week. All right, so make sure that you're keeping on them between those report cards, because I've seen, the 5-week there, oh, hey, I'm good. And parents, you relax. And then we come back at the 10-week and bam, they add a C or a D. And that's what I don't want. Okay, so, but this is our flagship. This is what we're known for. This is why kids come or parents send their kids to King Drew, is because of this program in the 11th grade, because they get a great opportunity to possibly shadow doctors and nurses and in other careers that we are, like I said, we're massaging right now to try to see if we can get that done. And as it says on the bottom, in addition, all students must provide a record of up-to-date immunization, especially with what's going on now. You know, with COVID, we got to have everything, you know, because, you know, I would hate for any of you to, you know, get anything. And I'll be truthful with you, the hospital is very strict. The sites are very strict when it comes to that. They want to make sure that the students coming over don't cause any dangers to themselves or to patients at the sites. Next. So this is the KD freshman course request. So as you see on the top, it says world language request. You have a choice, and that's why we need 3. It's not a guarantee that you're going to be able to get your first choice, okay? The reason why is because classes sit on different periods. So if you're a student that requests that you want AP Human Geography and that line, sometimes it might not fit. If you want French, it might not fit where it's supposed to have you have that line. So I'm gonna do one or two things. I'm either going to probably contact you and say, hey, this isn't going to fit. I'm gonna move this, and then it's your choice, parent, student, to say, Ms. Washington, you know what? I might not want to be in that because I really want French, you know, or I really want Latin, or I really want Spanish. So then, you know, I get to finagle. You guys will be relaxing all summer. I will not, because I'll be programming every student, all 270 of you, into your classes. So this is my summer treat. And then for the special programs, again, you have first, second, and third choice. No guarantee. And all this, especially the programs, the special programs, they are going to be based on grades too. That's why we have asked for everyone to give their transcript, the most recent transcript, so that I can look through all of them and make a very informed choice on where to put your student for the fall. Okay, so that is the other part of this, is your grades for middle school will reflect on where actually you do go also. Next. All right, so what everyone has probably been waiting on.
And you have some questions in the chat too.
Oh. Would you like to read them, Ms. Thigpen, and I'll see if I can answer them.
I'm sorry, hold on, I have a video playing.
Okay. I see one, and it's 2 of them that I see. The first one, can we redo our freshman course request? I would say yes, but I'm gonna leave that answer to Ms. Thigpen to see if you can go on and redo it, because I'm not totally sure. Okay, so yes, you can. And then what is the dress code? Well, we are a uniform school. It's black, white, or bumblebee gold. Okay. And when you guys come on to campus, or do we have a slide with any of that on there, Ms. Thigpen?
So if you have your welcome letter, the dress code is part of that. It's page 3. Okay. So if you check your email for your welcome letter, it's page 3. It'll tell you where you can purchase your uniforms. The uniform, we have 2 uniform providers, and then PE uniforms and any other type of King Drew gear you can get at the student store.
Is there any enrichment courses? There are enrichment courses. I personally, yeah. I'll say this about the enrichment courses, is that I push or try to push a lot of students, if they can during the summer, to take community college courses if they're up on what we're doing at King Drew, because I do not want that stress if they're not doing what they're supposed to. And I'll be truthful with you. I said, you guys, I would. If they are a C student, I am not going to send them to I'm not going to do the community college piece, because I can't depend on them going in and making sure that they pass that class with the A or B, because going to a community college and getting a C is not worth it. Okay. Going to community college, you need to make sure that you get an A or B. Someone asked a question about black shirt. We actually push for our students to wear black polo, black, white, or gold polo with our patch on there. One, it gives us opportunity whenever we are out in different places that we can notice who our students are. And that's big for us, especially around our campus. We want to be able to notice them no matter where we're at. So like Ms. Thigpen said, I think she said page 3, it'll show the different uniform. I say for those fashionistas out there, the different forms of uniform, or the way you can mix and match different things to make your fashion forward in our black and bumblebee gold and white.
Okay, and then one question about remote learning. I checked with our principal, and at this time we do not know if we'll be offering remote learning. That hasn't yet been decided for our campus. So just FYI for now.
I want to see everybody at school. If I got to come back, everyone need to come back. I need to see all your wonderful faces. That was the bad thing about being away for three semesters. I was just getting to know my students and their personalities, and then we had to leave. So I can't see y'all not coming back. I need y'all to be there and so that I can see your beautiful faces.
Okay, and then someone asked also about if Summer Bridge was in person. It will be in person, and I'll repeat again, it will be August 2nd through the 6th, 8:30 to 2 p.m. daily. And I sent the freshman course request, so hopefully everyone did get that. I'm trying to read through the questions. And I'm not sure if there's an enrichment course limit. They asked about that. The ones that Mr. Brookins advertised.
I think it might be 1 or 2, to be truthful with you, because it is full on classes. So I would say 1 or 2 for sure.
And then for those people that won't be there the day of the distribution for Chromebooks and for textbooks, do we usually have makeup days for that, or will they just do it when they come to school?
When they come to school, usually they'll be able. Those will be the first, especially with 9th graders. They'll be the first ones to be able to get their Chromebooks.
Okay, so the date for you is August 12th, and if not, the first day of school.
And for Algebra 1, if you've taken Algebra 1 in middle school, your next move would be to geometry.
And yes, Summer Bridge uniforms are required. Oh, thank you, Ms. Morway, did answer that.
Yeah, we're getting you ready.
Yeah. And their class schedule, they won't get that until the week before school. Is that right? Or
say that again, Ms. Thigpen?
The class schedule will be available the week before school, or?
What my goal is, and this is my goal, when you come to pick up your books, that's when you should get your schedule. That's my goal.
And that's what's advertised. I put on there, you can get your schedule, your Chromebook, and your textbook on August 12th. And usually they do a great job of that because we want to give you the right textbooks, and it has to be based on your schedule. The other question was about purchasing logos. You can purchase logos. Mr. Washington mentioned that you can, get the kind to adhere, but you get more bang for your buck. If you buy the official embroidered uniform shirt, it could last, unless your child grows really quickly, then maybe not. But it's a good option. They're really good quality and last for years.
And we don't know if you're going to be required to have the COVID vaccine.
So at this time, it is not required.
Okay.
We are talking about how and why it's important for our community. So that is where we are with that. And then, yes, you still have to wear your mask.
Yep. And then for sports, someone asked any recommendations to join sports. If you love sports, join. I forgot to say that we have boys and girls soccer. That was the other one that I forgot. So if you love sports, and my thing is, I don't think that you have to be, the greatest athlete to play sports. If you just love to be out there and running around, with your teammates, then go for it. I think that is a great part to be, to really get into, what this high school thing is all about, is to join a athletic team or join a club, or do volunteer stuff with your teachers and stuff like that.
Okay.
No, we are not starting the semester online as far as we know now.
Correct. The superintendent announced that it would be in person and that they would be offering remote options, I guess, at some schools, but that hasn't been decided for us yet. Someone asked a question about Mr. Washington. He said they're looking at summer enrichment.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to take, they don't see intro to algebra, they see CC Algebra 1 lab.
They're probably, most likely is probably not on there because they want you to take it at our school. Because, and I don't think that the algebra, if it is on there, I would have to double check, but if it is on there or goes on there, I don't think they're going to be doing a full year of it. And you need to have a full year of algebra to be able to get the 10 credits. To be able to move on to geometry.
Okay, and yes, this presentation is being recorded. We will have it available for you. And we're going to talk about clubs, athletics in a moment. And actually, I'm really going to turn this over, if there are no more pressing questions, to our school historians. Let's see.
Hotspots, we do have them. I don't know if we're still going to how that's going to work when we come back to school with the Chromebooks, but we do have them now. So most likely we will, but we'll definitely know by the time we get into the schoolhouse. And then summer reading assignment, as of right now, that's a question mark.
No, there's not a summer reading assignment. So this year, the English department just updated, actually everything is on the website, a lot of these questions. This year, there's not a summer reading assignment. They chose not to give that to the freshmen for this year. And they gave options that they can explore on their own.
Yeah. So make sure that you check out those lists and try to see, if you don't do any extracurricular activities, at least jump into, anywhere from 2 to 5 of those books, because you have a whole month to get your read on. So that you can be ready and you have your mind working all during the summer. So when we come in the fall, you'll be ready to rock and roll.
Okay,
how many students in the class?
About math placement test. It's not, I don't know what it covers, but it lets them know quickly if they need remediation, if they need more support, or if they can enter Algebra 1.
That with the Algebra 1, it's if they need, I won't say mediation, but if they need help in that, they coincide with each other. So they'll have Algebra 1 class and the lab class together.
All right. So Miss Moore White, Miss Lopez, are you there?
We are here.
Here we are.
And
all right,
before you guys, you wonderful ladies, get to going, Ms. Thigpen put my email in the chat. I will put it in there again. If you have other questions, please email me, and just know that, and like I said, I'm gonna be truthful with everyone. I'm graduating the kids. We're getting that done now. So give me, a week or two to get back to you on some questions, because all craziness is happening now when it comes to graduation, but I have no problem with answering your questions throughout the summer. So please email me. So I'll put my email in the chat right now.
Thank you, Mr. Washington. So a lot of these questions he will be able to answer. So will the welcome letter that I sent will answer most of the questions that I see popping up. So we're going to get started. Ms. Moore White, the floor is yours.
All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome, class of 2025. It's so nice to see some of your faces and some of your parents' faces, and I'm looking forward to meeting everyone over the next few years. So like Ms. Thigpen said, my name is Miss Moore White. I consider myself one of the King Drew historians, and I'm also joined by...
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself in Spanish here. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es señorita López, soy maestra de historia, I'm a history teacher at King Drew. También trabajo, fui estudiante aquí en King Drew y estamos emocionadas en compartirles un poco de la escuela, historia de la escuela y también cómo está físicamente la escuela y el edificio para que estén preparados al llegar el año que viene. Just to test out the interpretation real quick, Ms. Thigpen, anything I need to do on my end, or can I just get started with that?
So you should be set up. I think Campos,
Okay.
she can just push the same way and she can be the interpreter. Is that right? Oh, she can't tell us. She has to type maybe in the chat. Go ahead and click on interpretation and see what happens.
Okay, I'm on interpretation. ¿Me pueden escuchar? Can you all hear me?
Did you? Yeah, we can hear you, and we shouldn't be able to hear you if you click on it.
All right, I'm on interpretation right now, Spanish, Español. That's what I clicked.
Okay. So for one reason, it's not working.
Okay. Maybe we can just bounce a little bit, Ms. Moore White.
Or Ms. Campos is still there.
Okay, great. Ms. Campos can go, and then I'll jump in, Ms. Moore White, whenever.
So like Ms. Lopez was saying in Spanish, both of us are actually former King Drew students. I graduated from King Drew class of 2008. I'm a family member of King Drew. My older sister graduated from King Drew class of 2004. My younger cousin graduated from King Drew class of 2019. So King Drew, got a little feedback. Okay. All right. So King Drew is a big part of my life, of my career, of my everything. And I know that I personally would not be the person that I am had I not walked through King Drew's doors. The teachers there gave me the love, the support, the rigor, and sometimes some needed words to get me where I needed to go in life, which ended up being to Tuskegee University, and then coming back to King Drew to teach. Ms. Lopez, do you want to share a little bit of your story before we start our tour?
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if we're getting the Spanish translation happening, but I'll do it in English and then a little bit in Spanish as we figure that out. I also went to King Drew, but I went to many other different high schools. I ended up graduating from Gardena High School. I also went to Washington Prep to finish some credits. I had a different life path that didn't have me graduating from King Drew, but I still attended. I went to UC Riverside. I ended up getting my master's degree to be a history teacher at Bard College. And now I have returned to King Drew, to my community school, to be a history teacher. So Ms. Moore White and I have been working throughout this year to put together archives and history of the school that we're really excited to share.
Yeah, and before we get started on our tour, I do want to do a shout out for something that we've been working on for the past semester, and that's called our LA and O to our Black and Brown history. Ms. Lopez and myself created a series. It's on our King Drew YouTube channel. We'll make sure that we put that YouTube channel link up so you guys can subscribe and just check out the wonderful things that are included in there for our KD Vision page. But what you all are getting ready to watch right now is something that last year we were kind of in a crunch. We were like, oh my goodness, COVID has started. How are we going to introduce King Drew to this incoming freshman class? And the best idea that we could think of was a virtual tour. So we're getting ready to watch that virtual tour, and I hope you all are able to at least have a bit of a way to kind of recognize certain structures and buildings and classrooms once you enter on King Drew's campus, hopefully on August 2nd for our the beginning of our summer bridge, and definitely on August 16th for the first day of school. All right,
Ms.
Ms.
Moore,
Greg?
I believe interpretation wasn't working for those last few points that we made. I'm gonna go ahead and interpret here just to make sure that we all got it. Como dijimos, buenas tardes, estamos emocionados de estar aquí y ahorita les vamos a enseñar un video de el guía de la escuela y el edificio y cómo está formulado el edificio. Para recordarles, mi nombre es señorita López, yo también fui estudiante en King Drew y me gradué de la Universidad de California, Riverside, y ahora he regresado como maestra de historia aquí en King Drew. Y lo que le queremos enseñar en este video, esperamos que el 2 de agosto, el 2 de agosto puedan ver en persona. Ojalá que en este video puedan ver cómo la escuela está formulada, pero también le vamos a dar el link que está en YouTube para que pueda ver este video. Este video también está en español. Yo voy a ponérselos aquí en el chat para que puedan ver este video en español.
When I used to ride with my grandfather to pick my grandmother up from work. She used to work at King Drew Medical Center. I used to look every day across the street. I didn't really see much. When I was like 6, she retired, so I wasn't in the area for a while. But around 10, I came back, and a lot had changed. My older sister went to King Drew, starting in 2000. It was a brand new school, it looked amazing, and it was in my neighborhood. So in the fall of 2004, I started my own King Drew journey. I can't always say that I was the best student, but I can always say that King Drew teachers and administrators always had my back and looked out for me. So even though I graduated, my King Drew journey never really ended. I came back to where I started, and now I teach history here. Welcome to the King Drew Magnet High School of Medicine and Science, the virtual tour. I'm going to show you King Drew from my eyes. Welcome to the lobby. As you enter, you will notice the beautiful glass doors and windows. To your left is the main office. To your right is the athletic wing. As we exit the lobby and enter the main corridor, you will see the first stairwell to your right. Straight ahead is the elevator. The main office is to your left. The main office is home to the principal, one of our assistant principals, the magnet coordinator, and our administrative staff. The attendance office is where students go to drop off their absence notes, to meet with their guidance counselors, to talk with one of our psychiatric social workers, or to meet up with our other assistant principal. Here is a map of the first floor. Highlighted are the music classrooms, the careers program, and the parent center. On the first floor is the Medicine and Science Careers Program. Career exploration in the 21st century has been the centerpiece of King Drew High School's unique curriculum since its establishment in the early 80s. The Medicine and Science Careers Program is a driving force and often the primary reason parents and students select King Drew Magnet High School. Our program provides an opportunity for students to access experience-based learning in environments including hospitals, clinics, research laboratories, child development, and university facilities. Additionally, students actively develop connections with experts and professionals throughout the community, both locally and virtually. The curriculum and training of our program are designed to expose 11th grade students to careers in medicine and science. Furthermore, the focus is to give each student the academic foundation to qualify and compete in post-secondary institutions. As soon as you leave the careers classrooms, the next room is the Dr. Dorothy Rochelle Parent Center. Here, parents can volunteer, take English classes, enjoy coffee with the principal, or stay active with the PTSA.
Next, you will be greeted by the Dr. Martin Luther King Leadership Center. Here, student voices reign supreme. Our leadership class is responsible for weekly pep rallies and virtual broadcasts that keep our students connected and in the know. The instructor, Dr. Johnstone, has made it his mission to fill the classroom with artifacts from Dr. Martin Luther King's life. Next to the Leadership Center is the College Office. The College Office aims to assist students with exploring their options for higher education and provide them with the tools and resources they need to successfully navigate the admissions and financial aid processes. The College Office also collaborates with representatives of colleges, universities, enrichment programs, and scholarships to help spread the word about what each school/program has to offer for students. Mrs. Lisa Godin, college advisor, oversees the College Office and administers its educational and advisory program with the help of college peer counselors, a select group of King Drew seniors that receive special training in the admissions and financial aid processes. As soon as we leave the College Office, we're going to immediately go into the Dr. Ernie Roy Lecture Hall. Dr. Ernie Roy was a magnet coordinator and the second principal at King Drew. He's the visionary behind the science in the medicine and science in our name. He's responsible for the layout and design and the emphasis in science at our school culture. He died tragically of cancer in 2001, but his legacy and his theme live on. Before school, during nutrition, and during lunch, students enjoy our tri-level quad. The quad is located in the interior of the school to ensure the safety of the school community. The student store is located in the upper quad, along with the senior square, which is exclusively for the senior class. Students can meet up and sit in the middle quad. The lower quad is home to the cafeteria and the amphitheater, where students are treated to a weekly pep rally on Fridays. Welcome to our gym. King Drew is home to many award-winning sports teams, including boys and girls soccer, boys and girls volleyball, cheer, cross country, track and field, softball, baseball, Students Run LA, and our newly added boys and girls golf team. King Drew was designed with a science focus. There are 21 science classrooms. You will notice that floors 2, 3, and 4 are all designed in a similar way. A wide variety of science classes are taught in these rooms to ensure that the 4 years of mandatory science that your student has will be full of interesting and rigorous courses, including biology, chemistry, physics, AP Environmental Science, physiology, and marine biology. At the end of every science wing, before you get to the middle stairwell, are bathrooms on floors 1, 2, 3, and 4. On the second floor, we have the Library Media Center, named after Mrs. Shirley Stark Wallace. Mrs. Shirley Stark Wallace was the first principal of King Drew after it evolved from Jordan High School. The LMC is a gathering place for students with vast resources that helps them reach their highest academic goals in a collegiate-like setting. The library is equipped with one of the 3 student copy machines. They are located in the main office, the library, and the 3rd floor tech room. Students are able to wirelessly send their assignments and projects before, during, and after school. On the 2nd floor, there is the Charles R. Drew Simulation Center. This is a part of the CTE pathway. Students learn how to take patient vitals, about pharmacy technical skills, including mixing and dispensing medication. Students learn how to perform CPR on all age groups. There's a fully functioning NICU or Neo Intensive Care Unit, as well as the SIM rig. The SIM rig is a simulation ambulance rig that is fully functioning with all the things students will need to learn for their future careers, including a trauma center with varying body parts. King Drew has a robust world language department, including a variety of classes in French, Spanish, and Latin for those students that are on the path to medical school. The second, third, and fourth floors of King Drew are themed. The second floor is the math floor. Students will have 4 rigorous years of math. Most students will start off with Algebra 1, and students have the option of going all the way up to AP Calculus and AP Stats. The third floor is the English floor. Just as with math and science, students are required to take 4 years of English. Starting with English 9, students will improve their reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills. We've now reached my favorite part of campus, the 4th floor history wing. Students are required to take 3 years of history that provides them with the foundational and fundamental life skills and knowledge needed to succeed. On the 4th floor, we have the Dr. Sweet Alice Harris Oral Arts Room. The Oral Arts Room is a 90-person auditorium designed for small theatrical productions and presentations. The room is named after Dr. Sweet Alice Harris, who formed the Parents of Watts and was one of the community organizers who helped found King Drew Magnet High School. The story goes that she organized a barbecue and invited the Los Angeles mayor at the time and TV crews to her home. She got the mayor to agree on creating this school, a medical magnet that would get the community kids interested in the medical field. She signed up about 80 high school students on that day and has continued to be involved with King Drew. King Drew has a wide variety of activities for students, including MESA on the 2nd floor, which stands for Math, Engineering, Science Achievement. On the 3rd floor, we have the computer lab that is a part of the CTE pathway. Here, computer science is taught in a recently renovated classroom. The art classroom is on the 4th floor. Students will be challenged with multiple mediums as they work towards their creative greatness. Continuing on with fine arts, we're going to go back downstairs to the 1st floor to the music classrooms. Here, students are able to learn percussion, woodwind, or string instruments. Or they can lift their voices and sing in our choir. King Drew is wrapped in an artistic masterpiece. In tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King and Dr. Charles R. Drew, Harold William Architect designed and Tina Allen brought to life a 3-story concrete relief depicting the societal and medical legacies of these 2 great men. The head architect for the construction of the school was Mr. Mark Graham. During the build, he was always eager to engage students as seen in the picture. King Drew has had a legacy of leadership from its inception to the current day. From Dr. Ernie Roy's death in 2001 to 2015, King Drew was led by Dr. J. Michelle Woods. King Drew's current principal is Mr. Reginald Brookins. This neighborhood, this community, and this school have left a lasting impact on me. Welcome to King Drew Magnet High School of Medicine and Science, home of the Golden Eagles.
All right. Thank you everyone for sticking around and watching our tour. Ms. Thigpen, what's up next?
Well, it's me trying to get back on to the next part. So a lot of the questions that you have, you wondered where things were, and I want to give you a chance to go to the website, but you also have great shout outs for your awesome video, both Miss Moore White, who made that in English, and Ms. Lopez made one in Spanish as well. So I'm putting the link to our YouTube channel so you can check those out. All the videos that we do will be on this channel, so it's a great thing to subscribe to and use as a reference. So we're going to jump to our website. Is Dr. Johnstone in the house? Is there a doctor in the house?
There is.
All right, well, let me make you co-host. Did you want to share your screen?
Sure.
Okay. And I'm not introducing him. I'm going to let him do his own introduction. Dr. Johnstone.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It's getting late. I'm going to be brief, and instead of telling you information, I'm going to show you how to get your own information. One of the big things about King Drew is we really promote the idea that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow. And so what we are really pushing for is to empower our students to get involved and engaged in their community and their school. So we're going to start with our school website. This is an important resource for you all the time. Most questions that you have will be able to be found here. And I'm just going to focus on the students. I'll start with our leadership program, which comes out of the Martin Luther King Leadership Center. You can see Ariana Garcia, our ASB president, as well as the rest of our cabinet. We have posted here the events that we have planned for next year. So you can already start planning ahead. Again, going to this website, go to the ASB page, and you can see the schedule of events that we have planned for next year. Our school is really proud of, again, engaging our students and promoting leadership among our student body. If you would like to get involved in a club, and as has previously been mentioned, we strongly advise you to do so. Here is a list of our current clubs, but as Mr. Washington suggested, we also advocate that students create clubs of their own. So once the school year starts, we will have a rush week in September, but you can also get started now with looking at some of the requirements by downloading a club form or a club constitution to find out how you can start your own club. Now, what happens at school? The best way to see for yourself is to look at our previous broadcasts. We have broadcasts throughout the year, and they highlight our activities that we do throughout the entire year. The ones right now are for this past crazy year where we did much virtually. If you would like to see what it's like in previous years when we are in person, I suggest looking at some of the broadcasts from those previous years. And again, I don't want to take too much of your time. I'm just going to throw in.
So we have to give it all we have, fight every battle like it could be our last, and just take it all. It's ring season. Yeah, like.
Again.
That's it for today's broadcast.
Thank you. Will you also, since you have it open,
yes,
go to athletics? I wanted them just to see that they can get all the information, the questions they had there.
Very good. So again, under students, if you click on athletics, many of you had questions about how to get your student involved. If you come here, again, it's full of information. I saw somebody mentioned soccer. So you come down and click on soccer. It gives you the name of the coach, how to contact that coach. So if you have specific questions about specific sports, again, start with the website and it will lead you to where you need to go.
Thank you so much, Dr. J. So we're so pleased that you could be here. We did not mean to keep you this long. We wanted to give you as much good information as we could. I hope we've answered your questions. I know some things are still up in the air. And in terms of the remote learning, we don't have an answer yet. I know some people want to know to make a decision, but unfortunately, this is where we are right now. So we hope to see you in uniform looking amazing on August 2nd. Those things are still required and needed. So make sure if you have not had a chance to complete the list of things that I sent in an email, that you get to that before the end of the weekend. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon.